All right, what is going on, everybody? This is the Pressplaypodcast. I'm your host, Drew Hedinger. Got my co-host today, Drayton Grissom.
That is me. What's going on, y'all?
Today we got a probably short but sweet video podcast lined up for you guys. We're going to be talking about GameStop and some things that's been going on with that, and some of just our favorite memories as a kid going to GameStop and whatnot, and just talk about what we've been doing recently. So, I guess let's just jump right into it. I know I haven't been doing a whole lot right now, pretty much just working and just figuring some things out. I've been playing Resident Evil 7 a decent amount. That's been pretty cool. Having a pretty good time with that. Waiting for Resident Evil 8 to come out in May, I believe, is when it comes out. The whole reason I got into that was because I downloaded, there was a demo for Resident Evil Village, Resident Evil 8, and it kind of got me hooked. And I saw that Resident Evil 7, surprisingly enough, was a free game on the PlayStation 5 because it has, if you have PlayStation Plus on the PlayStation 5, there's like a library of like 20 games you can download for free. Fallout 4, Monster Hunter World, a couple more. And Resident Evil 7 was one of those games.
Hmm.
And I was like, it looks cool. And it had a good review. So, like, why not play it? Why not try it out? Because I didn't really like 5, and I didn't even play 6 because I heard that was horrible. But I wasn't the biggest fan of 5. 4 and 2, 3, and 4 were really the only ones I had played. But 4 mainly was the one that I liked. And I mean, this kind of just took like this isn't like a Resident Evil episode, but this is what I've been doing. It kind of took like a whole new like turn, I guess I want to say. And this in the previous Resident Evil, this one is more so like horror based, really, than like I don't know how I would describe like the others. I mean, the other games were horror ish, but this seems like this is like a scary movie, pretty much. Like when you're playing these games, think of Outlast, but with like a gun. You can have weapons to fight back. That's pretty much how I'd see Resident Evil 7. And 8 looks like it's going to be awesome, but really horrifying at the same time. So, long story short, I was just prepping myself for that game to release because I played the demo for the upcoming game, and it looked pretty enticing to me. So I'm downloading the previous one in order to get caught up to be ready for the upcoming game. That's long story short.
I definitely liked 7 though. Like I've wanted to play it ever since it first came out. I just watched people play it, but I don't know. I as a kid watched a lot of people play 4, like you said, and it was pretty good. But then when I downloaded it, like I just didn't have the time to play it, and I don't know, like I don't mind puzzles in the game, but some of them I'm like kind of it's a mood kill for me. So that's kind of why I didn't really like 4 too much. Now, back then as a kid, I enjoyed the heck out of it, but like 7, that's what jump started. Because like you said, I watched 5. Was it 5? Was 5 the one where you played as the 3 characters? It was Leon.
I don't think so. I think that was, I don't remember. 5, you were Chris and you were not Ashley. I don't know what her name is. Chris and somebody else. There's
Okay.
a girl.
Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah. Resident Evil 5 was they were like in a ship or something. Like it was like under water, kind of. Is that what
I
that
don't
was?
remember. I played a good amount. I don't remember. It's been a long time since I played
Well,
that game.
anyway, the last Resident Evil game prior to 7 that I watched, it must have been 6 then, because
That one had horrible reviews, and they had to like change the whole franchise because that game did so bad.
they had you play. I know the game I'm talking about, whether it be 5 or 6, had Leon. You were Chris, and you could play as a third person, who he was like he was kind of like an outcast, but he throughout the game you're kind of protecting the president's daughter or something like that. But I don't know. I really it had bad reviews, but I also thought it wasn't a bad game by any means. Like I liked the story, and honestly, it was kind of creepy how they had it play out because you start out as Leon and you're in the middle of like all like traffic, and it kind of reminded me of The Walking Dead. Like you're walking through with all these guns, obviously, but there's zombies coming out of like the cars and stuff, and you're just kind of it's like claustrophobic and really really creepy. And then there's a part where you're looking down through glass, and all you see are just a bunch of zombies down underneath you. So it's I don't know. It might be. I honestly think it's 5, but I could be wrong.
I can't remember. It's been a long time since I played that game.
I don't know, but I guess the whole moral of it is 7 definitely was what got me hooked back onto it because I like the story, and I thought it was creepy as hell, to be honest, creepy as can be. So, I mean, you think about it, you're just this guy looking for his girlfriend or whatever, which, I don't know why you wouldn't go over there by yourself, but, you know,
Yeah, completely unarmed into some random like abandoned house where people have been known to have been taken away and stuff, and disappeared. Yeah, it's a
I
smart
don't know.
idea.
But anyway, shoot, so it's free on PlayStation 5. Gosh dang it.
It is. If you have a PlayStation Plus on the PlayStation 5, it is free. They have a library like 20 games or so, and that's one of them. And I thought it was a VR only game. I didn't know you could just play with your controller, like because it says VR and all this, and all I heard was VR, so I thought it was a VR only game too. That's kind of why I put it on the wayside, too, because I thought it was mainly made for that. The one thing that irritates me about that game, though, is I hate that you can't aim down sights. I hate games where it just has the gun, like zoom in. You can't aim down the sights. I hate it.
Mm-hmm. Like, what's the point in having the sights on the gun then? Like, if you're not going to be able to use it.
I mean, I don't know. It's just a little nitpicky, but I'm really enjoying it so far, and I think I'm really close to the end.
Where are you at on it?
I just got in. I used these 2 key cards to get into this place, and I just watched the guy have like a message on the TV, and it blew up. And then I had to go in this room with these landmines or whatever, and that's where I am. I just went in that room.
Gotcha. Yeah, I think you are getting close. It's been a while since I've watched the
Yeah.
I honestly have no idea, but the ending is pretty freaking crazy. I remember that.
Huh. Well, I've already killed the mom and the dad several times, mind you. I kind of wish they would have went with a different route than like to have there be more enemies. I cannot stand killing the same freaking person. Like,
oh yeah, I remember that.
You killed the dad, I think 3 times. I think.
You had to shoot him. You had to kill him a lot.
The chainsaw fight. Then there's the one in the garage, and I feel like I'm missing another one. I feel like I'm missing. I think you kill him one time, and then he comes back again, like in the house. I don't remember. I think it's 3 times though. Because they have the first fight's the garage. Then he comes back, and there's another fight. I think there's 3.
There's another fight, and
then there's the chainsaw one.
Yeah, chainsaw is like one of the towards the left. Fun fact, spoiler alert, he's still not dead.
Really?
Yeah, they had.
I figured.
They had an add-on where you play as his brother.
I'm gonna have to buy this. I really like this game.
All the add-ons get you more into the story, and it makes it even better.
The first one's free, and the second one's like $5. So I figured, what the heck, I might as well get it. I didn't. That's a really cool thing. And this could be a Resident Evil 7 podcast. I don't even care.
I mean, I don't know. It's freaking something to talk about.
I don't know. I put I love how you put the videos in and then you play as like the character like in the. I love that, and it was so creepy. It was like a Saw like movie, and that one Happy Birthday, that was literally like Saw.
I tell you what, the creepiest thing I remember was I think it was the tape where you're walking down the stairs or no, you go down the ladder. And then you're down there at the bottom, and you turn around, and you just see this figure come out of the shadow. Oh, I can't. No.
The only game that's even remotely, like, honestly scared me has been The Forest, and that's just because, like, it's so random, and you don't know when these huge things are going to come out at night. But aside from that, this game is probably the most scary game I've played. It is.
I'm honestly surprised you haven't done a playthrough. Have you? You haven't played it before, have you?
I haven't, but I honestly think I'm gonna stream it and play it on the hardest difficulty after I beat it.
I'm honestly surprised you didn't like that. That honestly make a really good video.
It is, but like it takes a lot of like I don't know like where all the things are. I don't want to play and just like look over the same area, figure out puzzles for hours. But once I play through it, then I know they change like where stuff is on the hardest difficulty. But no, I definitely. I will probably try to do a let's play or a streaming like of that game. I just need to get some time to do it. And the thing is like I'd love to stream, but like throughout the entirety of the day, like all that happens is like because I still live with my parents, as you know, just constant yelling and screaming, and I just don't want to have that in like the background of my stream or my videos. That's why I always have to wait till night to do everything, and it sucks. But was talking to my dad. He's gonna build like some like an add-on to the house for like the girls, and I was like, you know what? You need to add on a room downstairs for me, like so I can have like a recording room or something.
Mhm.
He said that's something he could definitely do. So
Your downstairs is definitely like I remember when it used to be a bathroom. I thought that would be and it did used to be an office too, didn't it? Had an
well, now
office.
it is an office.
It is an office. I feel like that would be a really good place for your thing, because you're downstairs. You're not up to where if you talk or yell.
Well, I'm gonna have him soundproof it too, like put the stuff on the walls.
Right, and that's kind of what I was getting at too. I was like, you should invest in some of that.
It's not that expensive either.
How much is it? Do you remember?
I think it's like $20 for some certain amount. It's not that bad, and it wouldn't be a huge room, just big enough for me to like maybe play some games in and have my computer at least.
I know some, of course, some YouTubers have like so much money they can buy like enough to cover the whole room, but like for the most part, if you know how sound works, you just need it in like the corners and then like on the door is as a start out. That way, because then when you yell or anything, it's gonna bounce. It wants to bounce, but if you have stuff along the ceiling and stuff, it's just gonna not bounce. It's gonna get absorbed. So that's just my suggestion.
Yeah, no, it's definitely something I'm going to eventually at some point have, and that way I can get more quality content out there. But no, it's really interesting. It's loaded up right now on my PlayStation. That's what I was playing before we started recording. I don't know. I haven't been into a game for quite a while, but I'm getting into this one. That's for sure.
I'm honestly surprised it's taken you this long to play it.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, and honestly, even I know obviously you got it for free, but when you buy it like in stores, normally it's actually pretty cheap. I think it's only like $20. Maybe not even that. Maybe even less. I think, depending on if you get a good deal. So,
well, what shocks me is how they fit. Like, it's not the craziest like open world, but for as little of space as you play in that game, I'm just surprised at how big it actually feels.
Yep.
That's what I'm really impressed with the most so far.
You're right. The house is freaking huge.
Because you're always looking around for something, and like you have to backtrack so much, and like it isn't enough to where it's like super boring, but like it's a huge house, and then like I don't know, like I just like the way that it is. I don't know.
That's what surprises me is how big the freaking house is, and that's the thing. If you look at it not necessarily as like, if you look at it in like the perspective of like this family, there's only mom, the dad, the brother, and then their sister.
The sister.
There's only 4 of them. That's a big freaking house.
And there's the grandma or whatever.
Oh, and the grandma. Yeah. But I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. I couldn't stand it. And then, I don't know, like the dad and mom, like they weren't old, but like, I don't know. If I was old and feeble, like, especially with the grandma, she's in a wheelchair. You pushing all throughout that freaking house, like I don't know.
I'm shocked how the grandma hasn't died, like just outright.
The grandma?
Yeah.
She died?
No, I said I'm surprised she hasn't, like in the story, just because of like you'd think that would like kill her. I don't know.
No,
I don't know.
And that's something too with the add-on that I was talking about, because they have several add-ons that tell more of the story. There's the one where you play as the sister, and it tells more in the story as to how the family got infected, and it's honestly kind of sad and creepy if I remember right.
I don't know. It's just the freaking downstairs of that house is so creepy. There's like a whole like I don't even know. That's like a bunker almost. They have their own incinerator and like dissection room. Or I mean, I hope it explains like what all that stuff was from before, like why that was there. Do you know if it does that? Like,
why
would that be? I'm just trying to figure out like why would they have all that? Like,
I think it might. Now you say that, I'm not sure.
Or I don't know if like after the fact they started. I don't know. Like.
I do know the add-ons definitely open up a lot of.
And it's so creepy because they have those like effigies or what you call them. Like there's like a horse legs like all like around and like saw blades.
I remember at the beginning. I tell you what, when I watch somebody play that, when you first got it, I think it's when you go underneath and then you see the dad. His name is Jack, I think.
Jack, yep, yep.
Yeah. You see his silhouette just like move to the side. I don't know why, but that kind of stuff is the creepiest thing to me because I can imagine myself in that perspective, just
Mm-hmm.
walking, and all of a sudden
That's
I
why
see
it's so much scarier because it's in first person. And I'm glad they did that. It makes it so much scarier.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, but like I know Resident Evil games have, for the most part, been either fixed. Because I know the first game was fixed camera angles, and then after that it was like third person views. That's fine, but like you said, when it's first person like that, you feel constricted because you can only see what your character sees. You can't see outside. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I
No, I could
definitely
just
like.
imagine in VR what that would be like.
Man,
Oh my
yeah.
lord!
I tell you what, freaking.
If it wasn't so expensive, if I could ever get a deal on it, I'd do it. But
You'd have to find room in your house to play
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, no, freaking Resident Evil, man.
I
So,
don't know, but I'm just glad I found out about that game because I had not gotten on PlayStation in like regularly for probably like 3 weeks until like I found out about this game.
hmm
And now I've gotten on, I think every day for like the past 4 days, 3 or 4 days
yeah.
playing it. So I don't know. That though. Excited for Resident Evil 8. I guess now we can get into what the video or the podcast is supposed to be about. Finally, yeah, Gamestop. It is what it is. I mean, people will either watch it or they won't. And it is what it is. It's not like we're getting thousands of people that are telling us to talk about this or do that anyways. So
that would be helpful, though. I wish
it would be because if we had people that would tell us like what they'd like to see, I mean, that'd make it a hell of a lot easier.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess, yeah, we can just talk about GameStop for a little bit. Again, we're not going to go super in detail. This isn't going to be super long. For all I know, this could just go on for 10 more minutes and we could be done. There's not a whole lot to talk about, but we will see. So anyways, the news about GameStop, I guess, I don't know this specifics because I'm not like a financial guru or Wall Street guru. I don't know how everything works, but basically what's happened is that a group of Redditors on Wall Street Bets, I think it has like 1 million members or close to it, they've all come together and they've decided that they're going to buy and hold as many GameStop shares as they can. They're doing that in order to screw over the hedge fund holders. I don't know the exact reasons, but I'm all for it. Anytime people want to screw over people that are trying to screw them, I'm all for it. It's not like these people are like great people and are going to like go poor and broke. These are the same people that were okay with people like us being out of work, not to get political, but these are the same people that were like fine with us like not having any money and being out of work like during this whole like pandemic. We're fine with just signing off a check for $600 to us and we're going to be fine. They want us to get us. Why don't we just give them $600 after they lose all their money? Why not? I mean, it's what we had to deal with. I mean, and we had to wait for it too. But what I found interesting and what I honestly love about this whole thing, I mean, I love the movement itself, but what I love even more is that I've seen the left and the right, both politically, they both agree on this issue and they think the people are both right. And I've never seen people come together like that and like say that the people are like that are doing this are right. Like, I think that's really cool.
They're coming together on this GameStop thing.
Yeah,
Is that what you're talking about? Really?
AOC and Tucker Carlson both agree on the same thing, and I've never seen that before.
Did they actually talk about this on the news?
Yeah, this is major stuff.
Really? So people,
yeah.
Huh, I did not know that.
This is like actual like big news.
Well, like you said, I looked at it and it was on Monday. Yeah, it was Monday. It was only at like $60 a share, and then all of a sudden today and on Thursday, I think I looked at it. It's $600, almost $600, and it is pretty crazy to think about that.
And the memes coming from this too, don't even get me started. It says when a billionaire or a hedge fund owner loses all their money to a user by the name of Potato underscore in underscore my ass. Like, when you lose all your money to somebody named that, like, I just start rolling.
I swear that some of these people who make these memes, God, I just bless them.
I know if we didn't have memes, I would not be here today.
I wonder like where the first meme started. I remember I looked it up one time to wonder where the first meme came from, but it was a long time ago, I think. I mean, obviously, like politically, kind of years and years ago, they would make these cartoons, you know, and they were considered memes, I think.
Yeah, propaganda.
Yeah, you know, so it can date back forever, but like, the ones nowadays, they are hilarious. I tell you what.
Yes, they are.
But no, GameStop. As a kid, I remember that's where I always look forward to, is when we got to go to GameStop, you know. And I also didn't buy any games virtually for a very long time because I just wanted to get it as a physical copy. And most of at the time, Walmart didn't have, you know, them or whatever, or you know, you could reserve it. I think you can reserve it now from Walmart. Am I wrong? I think I remember you doing it.
You can. I'm pretty sure. I have. Did I do it for God of War? I don't remember. I think I did it for God of War, but I don't remember.
I think I remember taking you there and you getting it. I think about it.
I don't remember. I think so. I think so, but I'm not. I don't remember.
I don't know. I just always liked GameStop, going in there and seeing, because they not only had the new games, but they had a bunch of old games that you could get.
Mm-hmm.
Walmart, I remember, would always have like new games and then some of the kind of new games.
Well, it was all we had after Hastings left. I mean, that was my favorite. Hastings will forever be my favorite.
Oh yeah.
They would give you an actual good value if you traded in. I remember I'd buy a new game, and if I didn't like it, I'd go and trade it in. Borderlands 3, perfect example. I bought it, wasn't in love with it like I thought I was. They gave me $40 in-store credit, and not like 10 or 15 or whatever GameStop would do.
That is the downside of GameStop, is their in-store credit.
Well, I think that's also how Hastings went out of business, is they'd give people so much in-store credit. Could be wrong. I mean, maybe just everybody went to GameStop instead, but I mean, GameStop's going out of business too. Just because the stocks are going up doesn't mean they're going to get saved, because people are going to sell all the stocks off at some point. So,
exactly. And after this whole thing, they're going to be like, all right, we did what we did, now we're done. And then it's just going to...
Oh, no, it's going to move on to something else. They're going to keep doing it. I guarantee you.
Right, but you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
GameStop is just going to go back down. But
yeah, of course.
But for sure. I mean,
I can't even remember the earliest memory I can remember, or one of the earliest memories that I can still remember vividly, is when I got my Wii. It was on my 11th birthday. I had played it at other people's houses and stuff all the time. I loved it. It was my 11th birthday, and I remember that's what I wanted. And we were in St. Louis, Columbia. I think it was St. Louis. I think it was St. Louis, around there. I don't remember what we did, but it was, we were in the mall, and we went to GameStop, and I remember we got the Wii for my birthday, and then I got to pick out a game, and my sister got to pick out a game. She picked out Guitar Hero 3, which is my favorite Guitar Hero. I'm so glad she got that, or else I probably would have fallen in love with Guitar Hero. And I picked out Prince of Persia something. I don't remember exactly what it's called. It's not the Sands of Time. It's the I'm gonna see what it's called. It's the one where you could turn into the other, the dark side or whatever.
Oh, I remember you bringing that over and we playing that. I remember that.
I loved that game.
Yeah, I remember that too. I remember the whole Prince of Persia.
I think it's The Warrior Within, is what I think it is.
That does sound kind of familiar. I think it is that.
Anyways, that game was really, really fun. I loved it. There's a lot of good things about the Wii that I liked, but that's just what I was 11 years old, and I just remember it was like a treat to go to GameStop, because we didn't have one in our town, and it was just, I don't know, it used to be a lot better than it was. Not like if you'd sell them in get games, but
Hmm.
like get the value, not like that. But it was just, I don't know, it felt like they took more care of it and they actually cared.
Yeah.
Back when we were younger. And if you talk to people on like, or if you if you watch like people on YouTube, talk about like when they used to work at GameStop, they used to talk about how fun of a job it was and how good it used to be, and then it just progressively got worse. And you can kind of see that, throughout like the duration, like of your life. It isn't just because you're like growing up that it's not like cool. It's just because they don't really care anymore. But
Hmm.
no, they used to be cool. They used to have so much cool stuff. I remember another time I went and I got the Skyrim book.
Oh yeah, big
Yeah,
Skyrim. Like, I
yeah.
remember that. I remember seeing that in there. I remember they would have a lot of things like shoot. They had a Minecraft cheat book. They had I think some Call of Duty books too. Those big freaking
Mm.
packets and stuff. I mean, they had it all, and it was pretty awesome. I do remember one distinct memory, and uh, I don't know, it kind of sits with me wrong just a little bit. Of course, at the when GameStop was at its high peak, I don't exactly remember when. I remember I was really young though when I went in there. I was young enough they still had PS2 games. Like I went in there looking for a PS2 game. That's the whole reason I went in there.
Mm.
It was a Digimon game. I remember that because I was really into Digimon at one point. But like I don't know, like I went up there and I was like, "Hey guys, do you have this Digimon game?" And he goes, no, sorry man, sorry, no." And I'm like, "Well, can you at least look?" He goes, "No." I'm like, "Well, okay, cool. Sorry to disrupt you from your friends because there was like four of them in there.
Wow.
Like I'm sorry, but I don't think you need four people at a GameStop. That's just my opinion. At most,
No.
maybe two.
I
Um,
mean, no. I mean, unless it's like busy. I mean, if they're
yeah,
there, I mean, it's
yeah.
whatever. But I mean, if I'm gonna get bitched at my job for having one other person be in my area, I don't know why four people should be in the same area if they're not doing anything.
It just kind of sat with me the wrong way because I'd asked him if he could go check, please, and he said no. I said okay, never mind.
Well, I can't. I mean, if I said that to like people, like I'd get fired. I feel like so. I don't know how.
Well, yeah, for sure. And I don't know. He might have been the manager. That might have been why he was, so easy to say no. But
Wow.
I don't know. Like, and then I do remember going to GameStop because I remember you telling me about Deadly Creatures for the Wii, and that's where I got it. Was GameStop. I went in there and I saw it, and I was like, "Hey, that's the game Drew told me about," and that's when I got it, and I played it, and probably one of my favorite games of all time. So,
Mm.
and then I remember the DS games. They had DSs in there. That's what I loved as a kid. When you had all these consoles, Wii,
Mm-hmm.
PlayStation,
Game
uh,
Boy,
Game
GameCube.
Boy, DS. Those were like the times, man. Because you could go in there, you could look at all the games. Like if you
Mm-hmm.
wanted like to play a DS, you go to the DS games. If you wanted to play Wii, you go to the Wii games. They had it all. But like now it feels like we're slowly winding down to only a few consoles because I don't know really anybody who plays DS anymore. Like I know they have like the 2DS. That's like one of their
The
latest
Switch is
versions.
taking over that.
Yeah, the Switch. So, but yeah, no, that was a. I remember the Game Boy. I remember that. That was something. I remember you. Do you still have yours?
Somewhere I don't think it works. I remember I dropped it in the toilet. Yeah.
Oh man, freaking the Game
I burned one like because I was playing it like by a candle, and apparently like it got too hot and like it freaking burned out. And then I got another one, and then I dropped it in the toilet and it stopped working.
I remember we had me and my siblings. We had three DSs. My sister had a pink one, my brother had a silver one, and I had a red one. And um, theirs broke. Like I can't remember how my sister's broke. My brother's, I remember his screen like came apart. I remember that was a big issue. Is if you grabbed it wrong, it would break you pulled the screen off or something. And then mine was the only one that would work. I remember that, and I still have it. And the other day I tried plugging it in to see if it would turn on. It won't turn on, so I don't know. It's just it
Hmm.
probably just died because of a broken heart or something. Because I never plugged it.
Probably.
I don't know. And oh, and then when I got a DSi, the upgrade, Me and my siblings got, you know, each one of us got one, and
Mm.
then I lost mine. I didn't know where it was. I was like, where the heck is it? So my parent, I was sad because I didn't have one. I would use my brother's, and then my parents eventually went out and got me one. It was in the back of the truck, like, and I'm not talking like the back seat. I'm talking like the very back. Like
Mhm.
I'm talking like we have like a mat in the back of the tailgate, you know, and it was or the truck bed. It was underneath that mat. I don't know
Wow.
why, but that's where it was, and the screen was all scratched, but it wasn't broke. It was fine. It
Huh.
was just scratched. I was like, well, all right. So,
Dang.
oh my dude, it was freaking.
Yeah.
I don't know how I got on that subject, but
Oh no, just a lot of like memories, a lot of stuff. I don't know. Not really. I don't know really anything else to talk about. I mean, we were just gonna talk about GameStop here for a little bit. We hit on Resident Evil 7 pretty good. Um,
mhm.
oh
I
no,
mean, even nowadays, going into GameStop as our age now, like it's still kind of enjoyable to go in and see all these games and
mm-hmm,
I don't know. There's just something bittersweet about going in and seeing like the walls covered in games.
mm-hmm.
Being able to.
No, it's cool, but I can't even remember the last time I actually got a game from Game. I think it was probably 2 years ago. I think I got, um, what did I get? Dark Souls 3. I think that's probably the last game I got from a GameStop.
Dark
Um,
Souls 3.
yeah, like I mean, I don't. Now, like, I mean, it sucks, but I just buy everything digitally. Like, I mean, I don't like the fact that I don't have the disc and stuff, but I'm not gonna go buy it from Walmart. I mean, Walmart, like, I could care less. And then
Mm-hmm.
if you pre-order it, like, you get it pre-downloaded and it's ready to go as soon as it releases at like 11 o'clock the following hour time, the following night, like before, like an hour before midnight. Um, so I don't know. I always just usually like because I'm like a night owl and I'm always up at night. So I mean, I figure like why not just pre-order it so I can play it earlier? And I mean, unless I really enjoy a game, I don't usually get it on disc, which sucks. But I don't really have a place to put them either. So that's like another thing. Like maybe once I get that studio room set up, then I'll have a place to put them. But as of right now, I don't really have anywhere to put them. So that's another issue for me, the space.
I do remember coming over to your house and seeing just your stack of Xbox games.
Still got them.
It is still over there.
Still over there.
Yeah, PS4, freaking whatever, and it just be all stacked up over there. I get
Mm-hmm.
it. Like that's why I was happy when I got a shelf because I I do think that's a big reason why GameStop is also going out of business because everybody's buying anything digitally.
It's so
Why do
much
we
more
have to?
convenient.
Yeah, and when a game comes out, you pre-order it on your PlayStation or Xbox or whatever, and then it downloads, and there's no need to go, have a GameStop, holds, and then you go down there and get it anymore. It's just you have it
Exactly.
right
I
in front of
don't
you.
know. It's just. I mean, would you rather like it's like pretty much like Voodoo or like anything like that or Amazon like Prime. Would you rather go to Redbox and rent a movie, or are you going to go to Netflix or not Netflix to go to Voodoo or Amazon Prime and just buy the movie there, and then you don't have to
Mhm.
go out and worry about it? Because I don't know. For me, like I don't do a lot of stuff, but if I'm like if we had a GameStop, I honestly would probably go. That's my excuse, is because like we just don't have like a gaming store. That's why I never get physical copies.
Mhm.
But for a lot of people, I assume I don't know. Like I know a lot of people like in our area like to game too, and maybe that's probably like the second biggest reason. But the first biggest reason is just because I don't think people want to go out and get it when they can just download it. Like would you rather like go spend like half an hour like getting out like because where GameStop is they're in like decently big cities.
Mhm.
You have to get out and go like across town or like I don't think people want to do that when they live in like a bigger town.
No.
Just in my opinion, that's how I see it. Because I know if I lived somewhere with a lot of people, I wouldn't be doing that. Um, so I don't know. That's my crappy excuse, I guess, for it.
And especially with this pandemic, though, like a
That
lot of people
too.
are going to be downloading more. Like, so if people were like, you know, GameStop, all GameStop, no digital, whatever. With this whole, pandemic, they're kind of forced to do that. So no wonder GameStop's doing poorly because all their customers that they used to have all virtual now. They can't. They're
Uh,
not going to go to GameStop and buy a game now.
but GameStop's been dying for the past couple of years. This pandemic has just solidified, like, signed the death warrant. And they make the consoles now to where you can buy it without a disk drive. And PCs don't have like disk drives really, like, either.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I mean, they might as well just get rid of it altogether, honestly.
I hate it, but I mean, that's the way it's going to go. I mean, whether we like it or not, like, I mean, I personally hate it, but it's the way it's going. So, I mean, it is what it is.
I guess the only reason is if you had like a DVD, I guess, that you would want to watch, because I know PlayStation is really high quality, so it'd be a really good way to watch a movie. But like you said, if everything's going virtual, digital.
I mean, I got the expensive one. I got the one that's $100 more because I don't want to be able to not be able to, like, play something But the thing is like, I didn't know this before, but if I would have known this, I probably honestly would have just got the digital one. But there's an app, Vudu, and you can just buy movies on that. Like, I didn't know, like, you could do that. I thought that, like, the PlayStation Store would be the only way to buy movies, maybe like through Amazon. But no, you can buy 4K movies and everything on Vudu, and that's what I did. I bought all the Lord of the Rings, all the Hobbits. I bought the Batman trilogy. I bought Van Helsing, and I think I bought something else. I don't remember. Scarface, that's what it was. And I don't know. I need to get watching some movies, but I just haven't really. I don't know. I don't have enough. I have enough time, but I'd rather either be making a YouTube video or playing a game, I feel like, than watching a movie. I don't know. I watched a lot of movies though over the Christmas break. I'll tell you that.
I've heard of Vudu. Like, I really have.
It's really cool.
I just never bothered messing with it. I mean,
the deals are so much better than Amazon Video or Amazon Prime Video, whatever you want to call it. Like, the deals they had over the holiday were. I got all the Lord of the Rings movies and the Hobbit movies digitally in 4K and I didn't even see that a bundle that had all of them. I spent $30 on each, and if you buy them, the disc versions, $90. But they're the extended too. I need to emphasize that they're the extended editions too.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, this isn't the theatrical version. This is the full-on, like, extra, like, 20 to 30-minute versions. And, I mean, it's 90 freaking bucks just for, like, the trilogy of each. So I ended up saving, like, I spent a third of what I would have spent. Like,
on normal ones, yeah.
Yeah.
Or, without Vudu. Yeah.
Yeah, just for having, like, the disc, which I love Lord of the Rings and stuff, but I mean, I don't need to have the movies. I'm fine with just having, like, the books and stuff if I just want something physical. That's the one thing I will not do. I will not, if I get books, which I don't hardly ever read books, I will not get books digitally I can't do that.
No, me neither. No.
But movies and games, much as I hate it, unless I really, really like the game, like if it's like one of my all-time favorites or something, like I think I'll probably eventually get Ghost of Tsushima on disc at some point. I'll probably get like some other games like from time to time on disc, just to like, have them like a collection just to look at. But and even like it doesn't have to be the disc, just the case. I'll just buy the case. I don't even care.
Mm-hmm.
Like
that'd be the case, totally. I mean that's a memory in itself. I mean
because you don't need the disc. Like, I mean, the internet isn't going away anytime soon. It's not like you won't be able to just hook your console up and re-download an old game. Like, and these systems now are made so much better than the previous ones, like the 360. Like, if you boot that up now, like, my disk drive went to absolute hell on my other one. It doesn't work on my 360. I don't know what happened. It just, like, stopped working right before I think actually right after I got the PlayStation 4, thankfully. But, I mean, it still works and turns on fine. Like, and these consoles right now are made to last. So, like, they're not going away anytime soon.
Was it your console? Was it your Xbox that would... whenever you would put a disc in, it would screw up, and then it would have like some gray smudge on it? Was that you, or who was it?
I think that was me.
I'm pretty sure it was. I remember
because I couldn't play Diablo 3. We could play it at your house. I bought that game. We could play it at your house, couldn't play it at mine. Literally bought a game for $60 and I couldn't even freaking play it besides one day.
Mm-hmm. I remember that. That was.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh man, the memories. I tell you what, but I will say this thing though. Like you mentioned, like buying like the boxes and stuff, and that's kind of part of the reason that I wanted to get the physical copy a lot when I was younger, was because if something were to happen magically, say you got logged out of your system or something or other, you still have that physical copy, that physical disc that you can put in and play. You don't have to go in and search your library anymore. You can just put it in. And I guess I emphasize this too with Telltale. I know they went out of whatever, like they're not making any more games as far as I know. So it's like, but I still have like The Walking Dead's season 1, 2, and 3, I think. And it's kind of like, it's kind of like a hidden treasure because nobody, that they're stopped making games. You got the physical copy right here, but, or I don't know if they're still selling, them on virtually or not. Like, do you know if they're on PlayStation?
Yeah, they're still there.
They still are?
Yep.
Okay. Maybe they'll be there forever. I have no idea. But
I think deals like that, they'll just go digital. They still sell really well. I don't know. I know the Telltale games, even though they went out of business or whatever, which sucks. But I mean, those games still, they have deals all the time on them. So
the reason I think the biggest reason that they went out of business is because they allowed YouTubers to post their stuff, and then why would I go buy this game when I can just watch a YouTuber play it and not have to buy it?
I don't know.
I feel like if they were a little more strict with their copyright system, they wouldn't, be so out of business.
Well, from my perspective, until like recently, and on The Walking Dead is the only Telltale series I've played. I mean, I kind of agree with what you said a little bit, but I don't think anybody should not be able to post, stuff on YouTube. I don't know if I agree with that.
It kind of helps with their sales, though, because if they want,
I just think it's not like a good type of game to make because it's cool, but like it's more of like a novelty because there's like no replayability. They should have done a better job and made the choices actually like change the game. They should have done it to where, it's not like just one story with a couple different directions. That's on them.
You are correct on that. I do know, like at the very first game, they acted like, if you whatever decision you made would have
the first game was a big deal because that was the first type of game like that. But if you play a Telltale game and you go play Detroit Become Human, you tell me which game has like more like detail and stuff in it. Because until I like The Walking Dead so much, that's why I played those games. I haven't played the other ones because, like I say, they're kind of like a novelty. I really don't enjoy them. I just like The Walking Dead universe and world so much that I got those games, and they're not bad because I enjoy it so much. But the other ones, I wouldn't even dare to play just because I think they're a gimmick. They don't change anything. Like it's cool. But I mean, like you said though, why would you why would I buy this game when I can just watch it? I mean. Well, why would you make a game and say it's one thing and then not actually go through with it and make it different so people would want to play it and say, oh, he did this. Let me go buy the game and I can try to do this. No, they don't do that.
You're right. Like the decisions are just kind of what? I'll give you an example. There's season 2. I remember this clear as day. There's a part where you give a guy a drink of water, and it acted like that he will remember that, and it's going to affect something later. It never did. It's just it's just you being nice. You would think that maybe later on down the road he'd come back, he'd help you, he'd be like, hey, you helped me, I'm here. No, they didn't think that far. They just said, I feel like they wanted to, but with their company, I don't think they had the the ability, the resources and ability to extend it, which is very sad because I kind of like the Walking Dead universe was really good. And
we still need a good Walking Dead game. Every time one gets announced, it's just horrible. They have yet to do it justice. And the Walking Dead, whatever it was called, the one that they're going to come out with, Onslaught or something like that, it was reviewed so bad right before it came out. They didn't even release it. They just said to hell with it. They're not even trying to fix it. They just canceled it. Why don't you have an actual game developer, like a good studio? I mean, if Naughty Dog wouldn't have screwed up so bad, I'd say they'd be perfect for it. But I don't know if I can trust them. What about Sony Santa Monica, something like that, or the people who made the Infamous games? Who they made not CD Projekt Red. They made Ghost of Tsushima. Why can't I think of what they're called? Insomniac. No, that's Spider-Man. What is it? What is it on the tip of my tongue? Like they made Infamous and they made Ghost of Tsushima. I can't remember what they're called. Is it Sucker Punch? I think that's what it is. I think it's Sucker Punch.
Yeah, no, I'm not sure.
I'm gonna go with Sucker Punch. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. But they need like an actual studio to go with that IP because that could be a really good one. And another thing too, like the point you were going on about the seasons. That who wants to keep shelling out all this money for a season? I remember like they would have one season, then they would be closed off for like a month. Then another. I would just wait till the whole damn thing was done and then buy the complete collection when it was on sale. Who wants to do that? Either they come out with a full like couple seasons, like 3 seasons at least, or like I think it should be like 5 in like one. And then if they want to add stuff, they can.
I feel like it went to YouTubers because YouTubers will want to quickly get that content out, so they'd pay the extra money to get their new,
Exactly. But like people like me, like I hardly enjoy the games enough to like I'd never pay full price for a Telltale game. I mean, like I said, they're kind of cool, but no, never. It's not like an actual like game that does anything groundbreaking. It's just an interactive movie. Like, come on.
Interactive movie, and I like what you said about Naughty Dog. I feel like, granted that their Last of Us 2, we've already talked about that.
If they
like
put their
they did good because like what they did with The Last of Us is it felt like open world, but it didn't.
It wasn't, but it felt like it.
Yeah, you could explore, you could go into these crevices and stuff. I feel like if they did that with The Walking Dead, it would be so good. It really would.
The Walking Dead, I feel like, should be a game though that you can, open world. Not like probably I don't know. Do it like Borderlands does it, like where there's sections and you can explore the sections. Like, I don't know. You couldn't make a game like that and then just have it be like some narrow. That's like exactly what happened with the Avengers. They tried to make the Avengers. They marketed it as this great game. I was so excited. I was ready. That was a game I was just chomping at the bit to get my hands on. Oh, they lied. It's narrow. Like it's not. I thought it was going to be open world, just like Spider-Man, but with the other superheroes. No, they have these narrow little areas. There's nowhere to go. You can't explore. But that's neither here nor there. That's a whole nother thing. But I don't know, man.
I don't know either. I mean, open world games.
Story-driven open world games are totally different from open world games. There's games like Skyrim where you can make your own story where it's perfectly fine. The games that are open world that do stories well, there's only 2 that I can think of: The Witcher 3. I mean, I guess Fallout kind of, sorta. The Witcher 3 though, and Ghost of Tsushima are the only ones that stick out to me. That are full, true-on open world games that have done an amazing job keeping the story elements still there. Not a whole lot of other games I can think of that do that.
Was Fallout 4 the one with the dog? Is that the one where your family?
Dog meat. Yep.
Gotcha. Yep. Like I felt like that was
okay. But Fallout 3 and New Vegas were so much better. That 4.
I've heard. Like I heard 4 was good, but like
4 is all right. But if you've played New Vegas and 3, it's just not even close.
I going back to that like creepy factor. I didn't really, like you said. I've explained I'm not a big open world game fan, but the creatures in Fallout are definitely something that I find creepy. The biggest one, and I know some people find it probably stupid. Siren Head, is that what it's called? The only reason I say it is because I watched a video of a guy who was in like this ghostly kind of foggy area, and he was just like, it was titled "My First Experience with Ghost" or Siren Head, and he brings up his scope and he's just kind of moving along, and then all of a sudden you see it, and all you hear is like the echo of the, distress sound or whatever that they would play. I thought that was creepy as hell. If I was there and I seen that, I would freak. I thought that was, but then the animation looked stupid, and a lot of people were like, "Yeah, you Siren Head, big deal," because it just, once he started fighting something, you could see how stupid it looked. But I don't know, like
Yeah.
Fallout. I wish I could get into Fallout. I really would, because I feel like it'd be a really good game.
It's not bad. If they're honestly going to not remake, excuse me. They say they're in development for Fallout New Vegas 2. If that's actually true, that could be huge. Because that's my favorite one, New Vegas, because the world actually felt alive in that game, even though it's a post-apocalyptic nuclear fallout. Like, the cities in that game felt alive, especially New Vegas. Like, it was so cool, even though it was like, they had rebuilt it pretty much. It just still, like, the bright lights and all that it was still there.
Mm-hmm.
And it was on the PlayStation 3 with horrendous, just horrible graphics. And it still looked really good, though, for what it was. Mm-hmm. And my God, I don't even want to, like, go back and think of how bad those graphics are. But,
Yeah, no, I do remember, seeing that, and it had, it had some pretty bad graphics, which is surprising because PlayStation 3 wasn't that bad, though.
No.
Like, it wasn't terrible, but Xbox 360 definitely had the better graphics at the time.
Yes.
And it had the better platform and everything. Like, I totally understand it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's all we got? That's all I got.
That's all I got, my good sir. This is a good discussion. I like it.
Yeah, it was nice. Threw it all over the place. Doesn't really matter.
Hopefully we don't get yelled at.
Yeah, by all 10 people that'll watch. Yeah. Well, if you guys did watch all the way through, I want to thank you very much. I don't know if I'm going to put this up on Buzzsprout. I think I'm probably done with that. I might put some on every so often, but I'm not seeing any people downloading on there, so I don't think there's really any point to keep doing it. I think this is just going to be a YouTube only type thing. And yeah, but don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff. And we will see you guys on the next one. Peace out.
Peace out.